Extend your arms straight out in front of you and allow your eyes to close. And since this is our first child's pose, you can have your forearms down onto the mat. And just start to take a few moments in with yourself. Start to scan the body from the crown of the head, down through the hips, and reaching into your toes. And just notice any changes or any differences in your body this morning. And we don't label these things as good or as bad, but we just acknowledge where the body is at. Gently crawl your hands over towards the left-hand side, little child's pose twist. And as you twist to the left, you find that stretch through the right side of your body. And crawl the hands over to the right side, child's pose twist. Finding that stretch to the left side of your body. Walk your hands back to center. And make your child's pose more active now, spreading your fingers, pointing down to the palm, lifting your forearms off the mat. In your next inhale, gently press yourself up into tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. And we'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. So inhaling opens up the chest, arching the upper back. On the exhale, we scoop the navel, roll the shoulders forward. Inhaling for cow. Exhaling for cat. Moving back and forth between your cat and cow. Soft and smooth breathing. Allow yourself to find a neutral spine, tabletop position. Bring your right hand to the back of the head, and I'll face you guys. Taking your elbow out to the side, take a deep in, exhale, elbow, we'll take a little crunch in. Inhale it out to the side, exhale, elbow to elbow. So we're waking up the sides of our waist. Inhale out to the side. On the exhale, elbow to elbow, pause. Release your right hand underneath the left arm and release that right shoulder and ear down, finding a twist. And breathe here. Gently allow yourself to come back up. Take your right arm out to the side. Stretch it out and then release the hand down. Taking it on the left, so bring the left hand to the back of the head, elbow out to the side. Take an inhale. On the exhale, elbow to elbow. Inhale, stretch through the sides of your waist. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Inhale out to the side. Exhale, elbow to elbow. Hold. Sweep that left arm underneath the right. Release your left shoulder and your ear down and find your tabletop twist. And breathe here. Your next inhale, gently come back up. Take the left arm out to the side and release the hand down. Take a few rounds of cat and cow. Allow yourself to find a neutral spine, tabletop position. On your inhale, extend your left leg straight back behind you, flexing through your toes. Notice if your left hip's a little higher than your right, and as much as you can, keep your hips even. And extend the right fingertips forward towards the front of the room. And we're just holding here. Imagine you can breathe from the front fingertips back into the heels of the feet. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch it in. Moving back and forth with your inhales and exhales. You may be moving faster or slower. Your next inhale, extend the arm and leg out and hold. Find your balance. And then play with taking the arm and the leg out to the side. Bring it back to center. Release the hand and knee down. Take a moment, take position, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And on the inhale, we'll take the right leg straight back behind us, flexing to the toes. Draw the low belly in and extend your left fingertips forward. And at first, you're just holding. You're finding your balance. It may be different from side to side. And once we find our balance, we'll start to crunch it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Moving back and forth with your inhale and exhale. Your next inhale, extend the arm and leg out and hold. And see if you can take it out to the side. Play with your balance a little bit. Bring it back to center. Release the hand and knee down. Take a couple rounds of cat and cow. Allow yourself to find a neutral spine, tabletop position. Walk your hands just a little out in front of you. Keep spreading your fingers evenly, planting down to the palms, the knuckles, the fingertips. And think about your upper arms here. Biceps forward, triceps back. Extend your left toes back onto the mat. Right toes back onto the mat, plank pose. Now you can always have your knees down for plank if you need it. We're drawing the low belly in. We're finding that line of energy from the crown of the head back into the heels of the feet. Take an inhale, exhale it up and back, downward facing dog. First downward dog of the class, so you can bend each knee, pedaling out your feet, moving your hips from side to side. Find some stillness in your down dog, sending that energy from your hands up and back into your hips. Extending your thighs back behind you. Moving your chest a little closer towards the thighs. It won't get there, but you're just lengthening out the spine. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, lower your hips down into plank pose. Pause here for a moment. Keep that lift in the low belly. And send it up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's do that one last time. Exhale your hips down into plank pose. We're lowering all the way down here. Option to have the knees down if you need it. Come all the way down onto your belly. Releasing your forehead down onto the mat. Pressing down to the tops of your feet so much the kneecaps lift, your thighs are firm. Keep your elbows right over your wrists, and on your inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest, cobra. Broaden through those collarbones. Exhale to release it down. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale to release. One last time. Inhale for cobra. Exhale to release. Press yourself up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, pick up your hips. Downward facing dog. Take a few inhales and exhales here in down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Keeping all 10 fingers glued down onto the mat. Your next inhale, extend your right leg straight up and back, three-legged dog. Open up your right hip, circle the right hip. Take the leg straight back behind you. An option to stay right here if you want some abdominal work. Let's exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale it towards the left elbow. Inhale it up and back. Your next exhale, knee to nose, pause. Shift your hips forward, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Walk your right foot a little more to the right, give your legs some space. Ground down through your feet and come all the way up for crescent pose and breathe here. So you have a nice deep bend in your front knee. Allow that to track with your second toe. You're grounding to the big toe mound of your back foot, and we guide our hips forward. They don't always get there, and that's okay. Take an inhale. On the exhale, release the hand and knee down. Take a few inhales and exhales here in down dog. Soft and smooth breathing. Keeping all 10 fingers glued down onto the mat. Your next inhale, extend your right leg straight up and back, three-legged dog. Open up your right hip, circle the right hip. Take an inhale. both hands inside your right ankle. Lizard lunge, releasing that left knee down if you'd like. You can also come down onto your forearms here. So these are all options. So we're just waking up that right hamstring and the left hip flexor. And breathe here. Soft and smooth breathing. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. Planting down through the hands, tuck your left toes, pick up your left knee. Just step the right foot back into a plank pose. And nothing fancy here, just holding plank 2 breaths. Deep inhale, deep exhale. One last deep inhale. Send it up and back. Downward dog. Take a few breaths here. Our next inhale takes the left leg up and back, 3-legged dog, opening up that left hip, circle it out a few times. Take the leg straight back behind you, 3-legged dog. On the exhale, left knee to left elbow, crunch it in. Again, this is an option, you can skip it. Inhale it up and back. Exhale it to that right elbow. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, pause. Shift your hips forward, step the foot to the top. Walk the left foot a little to the left and come all the way up. Crescent pose. Breathe here. Soft and smooth breathing. Guiding our hips forward, squaring the rib cage forward. Take an inhale. On the exhale, release both hands inside that left ankle, releasing the right knee down, lizard lunge. Option to stay up on the hands, or you can come down onto your forearms. Doesn't matter which one you take. And just breathe, waking up that left hamstring, your right hip flexor. When you're ready, come back up onto your hands, planting down through the hands, tuck the right toes, pick up that right knee, step the left foot back for a plank pose. Holding here just 2 breaths. And then we'll meet in down dog. Take a cleansing breath here. Inhale through your nose and exhale it out the mouth. Just let it go. We're doing that one more time. So on the inhale, we'll take that right leg up and back. And pause here for a few breaths. Option to keep the leg right here. If you want the abdominal work, you'll take the right knee to the right elbow. Inhale it up and back. Take it over to that left elbow. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, crunch it in. Shift the hips forward, step the foot to the top. Step the right foot a little more to the right. Give your legs some space and come up. Crescent pose. Breathe here. Releasing the tailbone down, extending up through your fingertips. Take an inhale. On the exhale, release both hands inside your right ankle, lowering the left knee down, lizard lunge. Option to come down on the forearms if you'd like. So just waking up the hamstrings, the hip flexors, and the hips. And this one will change up just a little bit. So if you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. Walk your right foot to the center of the mat and find a little half split. So we'll scoot the right heel forward, moving our hips back, flex to the right foot. And just breathe here. You can stay with the shoulders right over the wrist. Some of you will crawl your hand out if you'd like. Any variation is perfectly fine. Start to bend back into your right knee. Plant your hands down, tuck the left toes, pick up that left knee. Step back into a plank pose. Again, we're just holding plank for a few inhales and exhales, and then we'll meet up and back for a down dog. Take a few breaths here. Remembering your hands, keeping your thumb and first finger glued down onto the mat. Inhale takes that left leg up and back. Pausing here for a few breaths. So you can stay here or you'll take the left knee, left elbow. Inhale it up and back. Exhale to that right elbow. Inhale it up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Shift your hips forward. Step the foot to the top, walk it a little more to the side so you have room, and come all the way out. Crescent pose on the left. Breathe. Releasing the tailbone down, extend up to the fingertips. Keep guiding your hips forward. Exhale, releases both hands inside that left ankle. Releasing the right knee down, lizard lunge. Breathe here. Option to go down in the forearms if you choose. Soft and smooth breathing. Walk your left foot. If you're on your forearms, come back up to your hands. Walk your left foot to the center. Find your half split, scooting the heel of the left foot towards the front of the room, moving the hips a little further back. And you can have your shoulders right over your wrist. Some of you may crawl your fingertips out towards that ankle or your foot, and breathe. Start to bend back into your left knee. Plant your hands down. Pick up the right knee. Step back into plank pose. Here for just a few inhales and exhales. And send it up and back for downward facing dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Wide forward fold. Hey, loose. You can have a nice deep bend in the knees here. Grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Release your fingertips down towards your toes. Hands to your hips. Keep that bend in your knees as you come up to standing. Start to bring the feet into touch. And we'll start off with the left foot. So we'll ground down to that left foot, firm into our left hip. We'll hug our right knee in towards us, just finding our balance here. You may flex through your right foot, you may not, it's okay. And just notice where your balance is at this morning. We'll keep the left hand on the knee and take the right fingertips back behind us and find a little twist, opening up our chest towards the side. Your gaze may start to go back towards your fingertips. That's just challenging the balance a little more. Then bring the hand back to the knee and release it down. Shake it out a little bit. Now grounding down through the right foot, firm into that right hip, hug your left knee in towards you. And it's different side to side, so take a moment. You may be a little more wobbly on one side than the other. And see if you can keep the right hand on the knee and take the left fingertips back and twist the chest open to the side. Keep firming into the hips to find your balance. Bring the hand back onto the knee and release, shake it out. Let's meet at the top of the mat. Grounding down evenly through your feet, send that energy up through the crown of the head. Your next inhale, circle the arms up above you. On the exhale, forward fold it down. On your inhale, lengthen your spine halfway, drawing the chest in between the arms. On your exhale, plant your hands down, step back into plank pose. Now it's your choice. You can lower all the way down and find cobra. Or you can lower halfway to chaturanga. Roll over your toes, draw your chest in between the arms, upward facing dog. On the exhale, roll over the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a few inhales and exhales here. Spreading your fingers evenly, keeping that rotation in the upper arms, extending your thighs back behind you, moving your chest closer to your thighs. When you're ready, come up to the high of the heels of the feet, bend your knees, look up towards your hands, walk or jump to the top. Inhale to lengthen your spine halfway. On the exhale, we forward fold. Ground down through your feet. Inhale circles the arms up above you. Palms pressed. Hands to our heart center. Inhale to circle those arms up. Exhale to forward fold it down. Inhale to lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back for your vinyasa if you choose. You can always skip the vinyasa holding plank pose and meet in down dog. So any variation that you'd like to take there, listen to your body. One last sun salute A. When you're ready, make your way to the top of the mat, either walk or jump. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, we forward fold. Ground down through our feet. Inhale, circles the arms up. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold it down. Inhale to lengthen our spine halfway. Exhale, plant your hands down, traveling through vinyasa if you choose. And take a few inhales and exhales here. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale extends our right leg up and back, three-legged dog, and we're just holding. Keeping all 10 fingers glued down onto the mat, extending back to the heel of that right foot. Take an inhale. On the exhale, bend the knee, step that right foot to the top of the mat. Walk your right foot a little more to the right, come all the way up, crescent pose. Breathe here. Have a nice deep bend in that front knee. Guide your hips towards the front room. Extend your left fingertips forward. Take your right arm back, find a little twist. Breathe here. Keep firming into those outer hips, opening up your chest to the side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, windmill the hands down, frame your right foot. Keep the left hand down, right fingertips up, one more twist. So as you take this twist, it's still from the upper body. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs a little back. Still firming in through the outer hips. And keep your left leg active. Keep that thigh firm. Exhale to release your hand down. Stepping back for a vinyasa if you choose. Again, you can always skip it. And we'll all meet up and back. Downward dog. Take a few inhales and exhales here. Soft and smooth breathing. Inhale takes the left leg up and back, and we're just holding, keeping all 10 fingers glued down onto the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend that knee, step the foot to the top of the mat. Ground down through your feet and come all the way up. Crescent on the left. And once we start to find our balance, we'll challenge it a little more. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back, and twist open to the side. Take an inhale. Exhale to windmill the hands down, frame that left foot. Twist again. Right hand down, left fingertips up. Breathe. Firming into that left hip, extending back to the right leg. Take one last breath. Exhale to release the hand down. Being back for a vinyasa. Again, these are optional. Skip them whenever you need. And we'll meet up and back for downward dog. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale takes that right leg up and back, three-legged dog. On the exhale, bend the knee, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Come all the way up, crescent pose. Breathe. So changing it up a little bit this time, palms press, hands to our heart center. Ground down to the outer edge of your left heel. You may walk your right foot more to the center of the mat. Open up your chest to the side, find warrior two. Soft and smooth breathing. Turn that right palm up towards the ceiling. Reverse your warrior. Give that stretch to the right side of our waist. On the exhale, we'll windmill the hands down. Frame that right foot. Pivot onto your left toe. Let's find your twist again. Down, right fingers up. Exhale to release your hand down. Stepping back for a vinyasa. Again, these are optional. Skip them whenever you need. And we'll always meet in downward dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale takes that left leg up and back. On the exhale, we'll bend the knee and step the foot to the top of the mat. Grounding down through our feet, we'll come all the way up for crescent pose. Breathe. Changing it up again. Palms crossed, hands to your heart center. Ground down to the outer edge of that right heel. Walk the left foot over a bit. Open up your chest to the side, warrior two. Release your shoulders away from the ears. Keep that connection to your feet. Left palm up towards the ceiling. Reverse your warrior. Find that stretch to the left side of your waist. On the exhale, we'll windmill the hands down. Raising the left foot, pivot onto your right toes. Find your twist. Right hand down, left fingertips up. Exhale to release that left hand down. Stepping back for your vinyasa, optional. And we'll meet up and back for downward dog. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Walk those hands back towards your feet. Wide leg forward fold. Hang loose. Opposite elbows and sway side to side. Release those fingertips down towards your toes. Hands on your hips. Come all the way up to standing. Start to heel toe your feet in till they touch. And we'll challenge our balance again, and I'll mirror you guys. So we'll start off with the right foot. We'll ground down to that right foot, firm into the right hip. Take the left foot to the ankle, the calf, or up into the thigh. Tree pose. Allow your hands to come to your heart. Take your gaze a few inches out in front of you. Look at anything that's not moving to keep your balance. And then maybe you extend the fingertips up towards the ceiling. I teach at Bay Club now, and our class is outdoors, and I keep mixing up ceiling and sky. So I'm out there, I'm like, ceiling, I mean sky, I mean somewhere. And exactly. Release your hands down, shake it out a little bit. Let's do the left side. So ground down to that left foot, firm into the left hip. Right foot to the ankle, calf, or up into the thigh. And it's different side to side. So take a moment, find your balance. Hands come to your heart. And when you're ready, you grow those branches up. And breathe. And then gently release, shake it out a little bit. Come to standing at the top of the mat. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low, or good for chair pose. Sweep up those arms and breathe. And take a look down at your toes. If you can't see your toes, shift your knees a little further back. Keeping that weight heavy in the heels of the feet, that weight heavy in the hip. Find this lift in your back ribs to take the arms a little further back towards your ears. On your inhale, come up to standing, palms press, hands to our heart center. Sit back down nice and low. One last chair pose, deep breath in. On the exhale, we forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back for your vinyasa if you choose. We'll all meet up and back for our downward facing dog. Deep inhale and deep exhale. Inhale takes that right leg up and back, three-legged dog. On the exhale, bend the knee, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Ground down to the outer edge of your left heel. Keep your hips as neutral as you can. Come all the way up, warrior one. So it's very similar to crescent pose. Now we just have that back heel down. We still guide our hips forward and square our rib cage forward. And just hold here, warrior one. Notice what comes up for you. Maybe the palms come together, taking the arms a little further back towards the ears. On the exhale, we release the hands down. Pivot onto your left toes, left hand down, right fingertips up. Now you have the option, you can stay in this twist. You also have the option to take the right hand down, pivot to the left, and step your right foot to the back. I had to remember which one was left and right. It took me a moment. And extend the arm up for side plank. You can always take the knee down here as well. So any variation of side plank that you'd like. Find that lift in the left rib cage. Then release the right hand down, we'll all pose, and it's your choice. Vinyasa. You can always save your energy and meet up and back for down dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Inhale takes our left leg up and back this time. On the exhale, we'll bend the knees, step the foot to the top. Come down to the outer edge of the right heel, come all the way up. Warrior one. Breathe here. And if warrior one's ever uncomfortable, you can always take crescent pose, very similar. Allow the palms to press, moving the arms a little further back. Open up through that upper back. On the exhale, we'll release the hands down, freeing the left foot. Pivot onto your right toe. So you can automatically go into side plank. If you want, you can always just take the twist, and then you can move into a side plank. Stepping the left foot back to meet the right, swiveling your hips to the side. Breathe. Release your hand down, moving through vinyasa if you choose. And we'll meet up and back for down dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Great job, everyone. When you're ready, make your way to the top of your mat. Walk or jump. Inhale, lengthens our spine halfway. Exhale it down. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low, our good friend chair pose. Sweep up those arms, breathe. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Take an inhale. On the exhale, left elbow to right knee, twist. Really find that twist in the upper body. Bottom ribs forward, top ribs back. You have the option to take the arms apart. You don't have to, but it's an option. On the exhale, we'll release, we'll forward fold. Breathe here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale it down. Bend those knees, sit the hips nice and low, chair pose, sweep up the arms. Palms press, hands to our heart. We'll inhale, and on the exhale, elbow to left knee, twist. Option to take the arms apart, or you can keep them together. And then we'll release, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to plant the hands down, moving through a vinyasa, or again, you can skip it. And we'll exhale up and back for our downward facing dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Without taking your right leg up and back, see if you can draw that right knee in towards your nose. Start to shift your hips more forward. Step the right foot to the top. Ground down to the outer edge of the left heel and come all the way up for your warrior one. Now from warrior one, pivot onto your left toes. Find your crescent pose. Palms press, hands to your heart center. Find that lengthening action forward. Hook your left elbow outside your right knee and twist. So firming into your outer hips to find your balance. Breathe. On the exhale, come back to neutral. Step the left foot up to meet the right. Great job. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low. It's our good friend chair pose. Sweep up those arms. Palms press, hands to our heart center. Hook your left elbow outside your right knee once again. So we're gonna challenge our balance here. Let's see if we can do it. Start to lift up through your left toes and start to send the left toes back. Coming back into your twisted crescent lunge. Great job, everybody. Exhale to release the hands down. Nothing fancy. We're just taking a vinyasa if you choose. or you can skip it. And we always meet exhaling up and back for down dog. One last time. So draw the left knee in towards the nose. Shift those hips forward, step the foot to the top. Ground down to the outer edge of the right heel. Warrior one. Come all the way up. Pivot onto your right toes. Palms press, hands to our hearts. Inhale to lengthen forward, and on the exhale, we twist right elbow outside that left knee. Breathe. Allow yourself to come back to neutral. Step the right foot up to meet the left. Bend your knees, sit your hips nice and low, chair pose. Sweep up those arms. Palms press, hands to our heart. Right elbow again outside that left knee. Now steady your hips here, firm into those hips. Start to get light in your right toes, sending them to the back of the mat. Then I'm moving my butt. And find your crescent twist. Exhale to release the hands down. Vinyasa, if you choose. It's your last one if you're taking it. Now we'll meet up and back for down dog. Great job, everyone. Soft and smooth breathing. On the exhale, we'll lower our hips down, plank pose. We're holding plank for 5 deep breaths. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Or not hips over your knees, shoulders over your wrists. Extend back to the heels of the feet. I'm thinking of tabletop. I think that's where my body wants to go. Keep lifting to the low belly. Take one last inhale. On the exhale, lower all the way down. Release your toes back behind you. Bring your forehead down. Take a moment to rest. You can release your hands back towards the hips. And breathe. Interlace your fingers behind your back. On your inhale, lift your head, neck, and chest. Broaden your collarbones. Hover your legs straight back behind you. Locust pose. Balancing on those frontal hip points. On the exhale, gently release yourself down. Take a moment to rest. And you're ready, one more locust pose. Interlace those fingers. On your inhale, lift the head, neck, and chest. Balancing on your frontal hip points. Extending back to the legs. And exhale, release. Plant your hands down near your ribs. Press yourself back. Child's pose, just like we started class. Big toes together, knees apart. Extend your arms out in front of you. And just notice any difference in the body here. Crawl your hands over towards the right side, little child's pose twist. Crawl the hands over towards the left side, child's pose twist. Crawl your hands back to center. And then just relax. Walk your hands back towards your hips. Coming up to seated, sweep your legs out in front of you. Shake out the legs a little bit. Bring the heels of the feet together. Knees apart, butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. Moving the heels in towards you, sitting up nice and tall. Get that stretch in the inner leg. And if you'd like to deepen that stretch, you'll hinge from your hips and release the head down towards the toes. And breathe here. Gently inhale yourself up. Hands outside your knees, bring your feet onto your mat. Scoot your hips more forward so you have room to roll back. And then come all the way down onto your back. Knees right over your ankles, keeping your feet parallel with your mat. Grounding down through your feet. On your inhale, gently pick up your hips. Tuck and roll those shoulders underneath you. Bridge pose, interlacing the fingers underneath the back. You can always grab the outside edges of your mat here. And as you're in bridge pose, that weight starts to get heavy in the heels of the feet. The hamstrings are engaged. And you're imagining you could drag the heels of the feet towards the crown of the head. It's like a chair pose, but on your back. On the exhale, gently release those hips down. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Allow the legs to come to neutral. Knees right over your ankles. Ground down through your feet. On your inhale, gently pick up those hips. Tuck and roll your shoulders underneath you. Bridge pose, interlacing the fingers. And breathe here. Exhale to gently release those hips down. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Allow the legs to come to neutral, crossing your right ankle over your left knee. Reach behind your thigh, move the legs in towards you, thread the needle, breathe. So the more you keep that right foot flexed, that right knee moving forward, the more you'll find the stretch in the outer hips. Take a few breaths here. And when you're ready, we'll switch. Left ankle over the right knee, reaching behind the thigh, moving the legs in towards you. Uncross your ankle, hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock side to side, massage your low back. Happy baby pose, heels of the feet up towards the ceiling. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Release your thighs down, rock side to side here as well. Hug your knees back in towards your chest. Take your arms out to the side like a T. Drop your knees over to the right-hand side as you gaze to the left and twist. Inhale the legs to center. Exhale them over to the opposite side and twist. Inhale the legs to center, hugging both knees in towards your chest. Forehead up towards your knees, squeeze tight like a ball, giving yourself love and gratitude for your practice. And on your exhale, release the arms and legs out away from your body, moving into your final resting pose or Shavasana. And if you're joining us online,